What's going on? Welcome to another coffee break brought to you by the Failed Podcast. I hope everybody is doing good. I just wanted to say thank y'all for subscribing and following us and supporting us. And if you need the reminder, the best way to support us without any money, without any commitments or contracts or all that other stuff, all you have to do is just simply push the subscribe button on YouTube. All of our information is in the description below, and today we got a great topic. I hope you're enjoying your cup of coffee. I had one already. I usually have about 2 cups a day. How many cups of coffee do you have? I think there's a limit, right? There's a point where you just have too many. Let's not do that. But let's have this cup of coffee with a little bit of wisdom, a little bit of encouragement on a subject that maybe doesn't feel so good when you're going through it. And so a lot of us face creative droughts or periods of feeling like you have nothing to share. If you are a consistent podcaster or someone who creates content on a daily, weekly basis, although when you say a week or so, like I want to do an episode once a week, believe it or not, that's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time to be able to come up with 4 topics, guests, you name it, because for every episode you have 5 jokes, then that's 20 jokes. You have 1 guest per, then that's 4 guests. Everything is multiplied by 4, and that's just on a monthly basis, that sometimes we have nothing to share. And it can be a bit disheartening to look in the mirror, or as you're trying to develop a show, you're like, I am drawing a blank. I don't know what's going on. I have had so much experience. I've had so many experiences this week. I've read so many books and articles, and this is happening, that's happening. Why can't I just zero it down, to a certain subject for me to talk about on whatever creative avenue that you're using? And I pride myself on being able to create content and informative podcasts and episodes, and bringing in some really cool guests here at the Failed Podcast. But believe it or not, every now and then I go through a time like that where my mind just cannot produce, it cannot bring itself there, and I feel encouraged and I feel motivated, and my support group is great, but sometimes in our mind it's just not clicking. So I just want to talk about it and see if this helps me, and obviously if it helps you. And so the first subject I want to bring up is creativity, ebbs and flows. It's like a roller coaster. We have good ideas, we have horrible ideas, and this is the worst one. We have a 0 idea sometimes. And so creative inspiration is not consistent. It naturally fluctuates through time, influences by various factors such as mood, environment, and experiences. All those things take place. All those things are very necessary. But sometimes we draw, that next episode or that next, line of creativity. It comes from one of those, simply the environment, simply a mood that we went through or something that we read. And it gives, right? It gives us something that we can talk about, something that we can create content around, but not all the time. And that's whenever you start kind of doubting yourself, because you're like, it's always come from my mood, environment, or experiences. But today I can't seem to draw it from nowhere. And then you start trying to find it in other ways when those have already proven to work. It's just something that just happens in the creative process. So don't doubt the things that have worked for you in the past. It just may be today. It just may be right now when you're in it that it isn't giving what you need. But do not be discouraged. Accepting that creativity has its cycles allows you to embrace both productive periods and times when ideas, here we go, they seem elusive. Where are they? I thought I was creative. Why can't I think of something today? That is a hard truth for us to come to at times, my friend, right? Take a sip of your coffee. Don't be so hard on yourself. Yes, continue. If you said we believe in consistency, we believe in releasing an episode every week, and you happen to hit one of these moments where it's nowhere to be found, the creativity, that's what I'm talking about. Don't be too hard on yourself. Creativity ebbs and flows. That's just the way that it goes, right? And so self doubt also is very common, and it also is a result of when we do lack creativity, creative inspiration to be able to produce our next piece of content, YouTube video, podcast, you name it. Hyper creatives even struggle. There, you start building teams, you start getting multiple people contributing to an idea, then the chances are less and less and less. But when you're a one-man team, or two, three, those ideas are gonna have limits pretty quickly. And so self-doubt is common. Feeling like you have nothing to share is a common experience amongst creators. Why do I say common? Why is that important to point out? You are not like abnormal. You're not falling off, and you're not something. Whatever those negative thoughts in your head are, you are not that, because it is common for individuals not to produce 100% of the time. Now, I know we can find certain videos and creatives that say you can. That is not true. Even if someone produces one video that's super, super perfect, there's variations of that video. There's things that led up to that video. Not everyone is 100% of the time. And so self-doubt is something. It is a part of the creative process. Don't let it discourage you too much. It often stems from self-doubt or comparing your work to others, believing that you are losing it, believing that you are not good enough, create self-doubt. But when you start comparing yourself to others, that also starts creating self-doubt, because guess what? There's always someone who's doing it better. There's always someone who's more professional. There's always someone who's been doing it longer than you. But look in the mirror, write down on a piece of paper what you have accomplished, what you believe in, what keeps you going, and allow that to motivate you, as opposed to the comparing game, which we will never win at. We will always fall short, because believe it or not, what inspires us is those that are doing better than us. At least that's my hope for you. That's my hope for me, is that we find individuals who we say, I want to do it like them, but when I get there, I want to do it better, but have something to aim at, right? And so this is the perfect time for reflection and growth. Periods of creative dry spells can be opportunities for reflection and self-growth. Why did it happen, right? Maybe for the most part, sometimes we just go through them. Sometimes they're random, but maybe we just need to shift a few things. Maybe we need to read a new blog. Maybe we need to be inspired by another creative, because we've sucked one area dry. And so maybe that's the reflection that we need, so that we can have that growth. And so that's whenever self-doubt, that's whenever this moment when there's no ideas can produce an opportunity. But it requires us to look inside and realize, why is this happening to me? Is there a consistency there? And if there isn't, if you can't find it, fine. It just might be the weather that day. It might just be something in that week, and you're gonna grow out of it, and you're gonna find your rhythm again. So I don't want it just when it creeps up that we say fix. Sometimes, like I said earlier, just ebbs and flows. I don't know. You tell me, right? Tell me what you think. I'm trying to motivate you that when you find those moments when you're not being hyper creative and super inspirational, that it's okay. That you don't beat yourself up too much, because that is a part of the process. Okay? So use these times to explore new interests, engage in activities outside of your usual creative behaviors, and learn new skills, sometimes stepping away from what's normal. And that can spark a new sense of inspiration that will not be the new and only way that you find inspiration, but you can add it to the other things that were working just the other episode. Those things are not lost, but now you just build your toolbox up just a little bit more. And I think that that's important for us to do. Have you ever suffered from one of those days where you have creative block? Have you? My answer is yes. For me, it happens all the time. I have to work out the muscles that I'm really good at as far as coming up with content, exploring new guests, figuring out interviewing styles, questions that I like, that I didn't like from a previous episode. But a lot of them did work, and I just make a small tweak and I continue. I don't allow self-doubt to grow into this huge monster that slows me down, or that makes me start believing that I shouldn't be doing this because I just have 1 week or 2 weeks of creative block. Why would you want that? Whenever we have several hundreds of hours and episodes behind us that have proven that we are creative. But today, this moment, how I feel right now, without the proper direction or guidance, it could stunt our next move, right? We don't want that to happen. So be patient, but be present. Be patient and understand what's happening now. It really could be just for now. And so we got to come out of it and get back to our normal routine. So overcoming creative blocks takes patience and persistence. Here we go. It requires for us to nurture and build our creativity, and it gives us an opportunity to recharge because we find something new. We tap into a new creative, a new avenue. I don't know what it is, but that'll give you a new sense of creativity and more fuel. And that's what we need at times. And so trust in your ability to navigate through creative challenges. You've done it before. Do it again and continue forward. Don't say, I've done it before, now I'm broken, I can't continue forward. Yes, you can. It's normal for creatives. Stop maybe exhausting yourself. Stop maybe doing certain things that are in the way. And in those moments of uncertainty, right? Remember what you have done. Allow that to inspire. Understanding these truths can help you navigate through creative droughts. And it will give you more resilience and self-awareness and confidence. Embrace the process. That's the key. This is part of the process. Creative droughts, writer's blocks, whatever it is, and whatever it is that you do, they exist. These blocks, they exist. So embrace the process. Be kind to yourself. And remember that creativity is a journey that encompasses, here we go, peaks, right, and valleys, right? You're good, you're great one day, and you doubt the next day, but it doesn't matter because your goal is big, right? Your journey is long, and you're trying to get to the top of the mountain. You're trying to do something. Remember those things whenever you're going through a creative block. And I want to encourage you to continue building your skills, continue getting better. Don't doubt yourself. Just be present and identify what tweaks you need to make so that you continue forward. And that's what I got for today. How to deal with creative blocks. I hope you enjoyed your cup of coffee during this coffee break. Thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the Felt Podcast. That's where I release these coffee breaks. If you're watching this, thank y'all so much. Share this, man. Share it with friends and family. That's the best way to support us. Till next time, enjoy your cup of coffee. I'm going to go get me a cup of coffee, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.